thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Baby. Morning's here again. So let's do this, sugar. And no cream. Wake up slow, take that first sip. Shizzy's got 'em slipping, losing their grip. His moves so smooth to start your day. What you gonna do? Oh, you know the way. You know Papa don't flinch, don't blink. Ooh, baby, he's sharper than you think. Morning Whiz, take it in. Shizzy's got a whole new spin. Fools keep falling, truth's on fire. Papa Nut just lit the pyre. Oh no, they tried to come for him. Look at those fools looking so dim. They poke, they scratch, they beg, they plead. But I'm right here, waiting for my daddy to leave. Pour it black, shake off the night. Shizzy's teasing, get me going just right. Morning Whiz, start the show. Sip it slow, let it flow. Fools are crying, game's been set. Ooh, baby, they ain't seen nothing yet. Now that's a morning sugar. Coffee's hot and burning. And Shizzy Daddy, oh, he's just getting started. Come on, Daddy, give me some of that something.
Oh my God, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Beautiful morning for you guys. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Man, oh man. Now, see, yesterday I had this lovely stream, midday stream. If you haven't seen it, go check it out because it was a lot of fun. All you guys came in, showing support, giving a little bit of love, because it's better than a 5-hour energy drink any day of the week. But I do have to say, yesterday as the stream was ending, somebody sent a wonderful super chat. It would be SF, AKA SF. Well, thank you so much, AKA SF, AKA, because their request was that I play something. Problem is the stream was already ending. I was making dinner for myself and my wife, and I wanted to make sure that the song still got in there. It was a big request, and I'm here to supply you with what you long and desire. And just for you, SF, aka SF, because we know it is always snowing in Florida.
Sun's out, palm trees sway. Why is it snowing in Florida? Somebody check her pupils.
Stream was rolling, mouth on autopilot. Confidence loud, but the brain went silent. Talking like nothing could ever go wrong. Then the shit got weird and the pause too long. Psycho blinking like Morse code. Thoughts doing donuts off road. Chat goes quiet, she starts to sweat. That's why she feel that internet. Finger hovering over end. Can't rewind shit you already said. Heart racing like a fled. It's snowing in Florida, must be cold. Whole damn stream got the dough. Whole damn stream got the leader gonna soul. But she kept the clip she should've hold. 43 seconds, solid gold. I was erased like they never existed, but that one moment, oh, it resisted. Worst damn take of the whole damn night. Framed it, saved it, hit upload, right? Sunshine state, but she seeing flakes. Talking in circles, tripping on takes. Deletes the past like it's gonna heal, but panic always leaks the real. You can scrub the drive, you can curse the cloud, but you left the part where you said it out loud. Nice work, crowd. Snowing in Florida, hit delete. Kept the proof and killed the beat. Erase the context, not the receipt. 43 seconds, sweep the street. It's out of context. It was a joke. It's edited. Yeah, by you. Give me everything, give me everything. Give me everything, give me everything. Except the crime scene. Now comes the spin, watch it unfold. Same old script, getting real old. Blame the weather, blame the stress, blame the chat for your mess. But you can't blame pause, you can't blame fear. You can't blame why that clip's still here. You chose to keep, you chose to cut. Accidental honesty, oops, whoops nuts. It's snowing in Florida, melting fast. Try to outrun your digital past. Burn the house, but the door was glass. 43 seconds gonna last. Spin, lagging. Spin, dragging. Give me everything, give me everything. Give me everything, give me everything.
Babe, I did, but not like that. The lights were buzzing, the room went flat. Did you see the walls? They moved, they bent. The chat was typing in past tense. I wasn't sweating, that was shine. Florida heat does that sometimes. Why'd you freeze it on my face? That frame's a lie, it changed the shape. My eyes weren't blinking, Morse code, no. They were buffering, running slow. Snow in July, it's climate stuff. You don't understand, the pressure's rough. I hit delete before it spread, but it spread inside my head. 43 keeps looping red.
It's snowing in Florida, babe, can't you see? It's not on me, it's not on me. The sun went out selectively. That clip ain't even technically. The whole thing's edited wrong. You stretched the pause too long. I wasn't gone, I was strong. You're the one that made it wrong.
The screen recording every blink, zooming in on how I think. I can feel the pixels crawl like little bugs inside the wall. Why's the silence sound so loud? Why's the snow inside the cloud? I wiped the drive, I cleared the slate, but 43 won't dissipate. It's not a receipt, it's a glitch, it's a slip, it's a stitch. You don't get context, you don't get me, you don't get what I was gonna be. I should've burned the whole damn feed, should've starved you all of need. Why'd I leave the part that bleeds?
It's snowing in Florida, babe, can't you see? It's not on me, it's not on me. The sun went out selectively. The whole thing's edited
Wrong, you stretched the pause too long. I wasn't gone, I was strong. You're the one that made it wrong. Just scared it, then I'm not scared. I just needed it gone. It was vibrating, it was breathing, it was watching me back. I can hear the comment ghosts, quoting lines I hate the most. Out of context I rehearse, but every spin just makes it worse. Maybe I kept it on purpose, maybe I wanted it to hurt us. Maybe I wanted proof I'm real, even if real don't feel like days.
It's snowing in Florida, babe, it's snow. Don't ask why, just let it go. Sunlight white and powder glow. 43 will always show.
You say panic, I say fate. You say I slipped, I say too late. You say truth was accidental, I say truth is ornamental.
Delete. Delete. Delete, delete. Spin it. Spin it till it fits.
Lie, no, not lie. Hey.
Why is it still snowing?
Thank you very much, SF, aka SF. I appreciate the $5 super chat from yesterday. But once it starts ending the stream, I can't turn it back on. And I appreciate you for coming by. Everyone, yesterday was an absolute blast. I had a great time. Also, Saturday, Sunday Spice was a real good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. You guys just mean so much. I mean, you have no idea how interesting it is to pull up a transcript and see like the kind of crap that comes out. I mean, last night was hilarious. They were spinning out of control. No, we don't get our rocks from China. We get them from Pakistan, Afghanistan. We get them from these war torn countries. I mean, why not? Just like, well, so what if I get them from China? My stuff is the best. It's the best. Oh, it's not trash. That stuff there, the tug was showing was not trash. No, it totally wasn't. Burp, burp, fart, fart. It's just, oh, and then of course the best part is they started blaming that on everybody that was flippers. They was total flippers. It had to be one of the flippers. It was one of the flippers that got those rocks. Totally got the flippers. The flippers. The flippers. It was the flippers that I'm telling you, their stuff is trash. Of course, it was trash. Oh, they don't even know. They don't even know where it came from. They're so upset because they really want to find out who those garbage rocks came from. Oh, I hope the person never tells them either. It's going to be beautiful to watch them just try to spin it any way they possibly can, that they're not selling garbage on their website. Hey, if people are buying it, go ahead, sell as much garbage as you want. It matters none to me because I don't buy any of that stuff. It's just like, hey, if you guys like the rocks, do you think that they have these mysterious powder powers? I mean, just why just do this little thing? It's beautiful because remember they want to tell you that like Himalayan salt is like totally like got powers. It's amazing powers that gives it to you, and just find out where the Himalayan salt comes from. With its healing powers, just go figure out where that comes from, and you'll be really surprised. You'll be really surprised how much healing power it has coming from the Himalayas. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Yes. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but the cope and seethe will always be, part of my joys of watching these people spiral and try to tell you a story. It's great. It's great. Thank you very much, Miss Ellen, or Mr. Allen. Sorry, I miss. I hoped I didn't misgender you, Alan. Thank you very much for the 10 jewels, the thumbs up. It always goes so much to support the channel, and you guys. It is halfway through the month, and the stupidity will reign on. I guarantee you. Thank you very much, Alan. I hope that you're having a wonderful morning. Thank you for being here. It goes and shows your support. There's a few things that I wanted to go over today, and one of those, we didn't finish yesterday with Char's video, so we're gonna fire that thing up. Oh, thank you, Faves. I appreciate you. Two jewels and a silver star. The little silver stars that are on my helmet. They keep me all shiny and bright. It is wonderful. Thank you very much, Faves. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I hope you're having a great morning. It's just wonderful to see you. But, I didn't get into this too much because, well, there's always so much going on with them. It is a big amount of drama. Big, big amounts of drama that's always going on. Plus, we've still got some of the documents to go over. Today is going to be a very interesting day to watch them get crazy. Oh, you're welcome. See, there you go. SF, aka SF. Thank you very much. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that you enjoyed that. Like I said, I would have played that for you last night, but the stream was already ending. So you got to get those in there before I hit end on the stream, because I can't stop it once it starts. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you for that. Thank you for the $2 super chat also. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we're going to be getting back into those. And of course, tonight, make sure that you drop in. 7 to 9, Mo and I usually will do a stream. If it's not pouring down and flooding and, hurricanes or tornadoes or all kinds of weather events aren't happening, she's able to. And she wasn't able to join me last week, but I did have the Roku Mama and Venom on Thursday, which was wonderful. I think it took us 2 hours to get through a 21-minute video, but it was well worth it, because that stash, we had the porn stash. Yeah, that was really good. That was one of the most fun times that we had. And it's the whole week. It starts all over today. And it is so good to have you here. Thank you very much, Photo Lady. 10 jewels for a floating heart. We always appreciate that. You guys are so awesome. So let's see. I think we'll start out with Shara's video, because if we're able to make it through that, we might be able to get through some of these court documents. And where I'm at in these exhibits are some self-owns, which I want to make sure that you guys know that it's still coming up on being very close to the judge making a ruling on this, whether they're going to declare Lips a frivolous litigant, whether the case is going to continue to move on. And we're just getting started on this. I mean, I think we're only 100 pages into it, and there's 236 pages, so it is going to be all week. Thank you very much, Ralph. I'll get those, and I will come back to all of the gems, the jewels, the super chats. So, if you got questions, things like that, just throw them in, and the super chats, they do get noticed a little bit quicker than the other ones. It's not that I'm ignoring you on other things. It's just those end up popping up on my screen much more. And I will try to get to those towards the end of the stream. I thank you guys for all of your support. It goes a long way, especially whenever you've got these fools that are trying to strike my channel for showing you these kinds of things. And it goes to show their behavior. They don't want people to see it. They don't want to see how bad their behavior actually is, calling them out on their bullshit. But of course, it's always my opinion. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong or right, because you guys can determine for yourself whenever you get shown the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the whole tooth. But there's very little whole teeth there. I mean, combine them together, they might form a whole mouth of teeth. Maybe not. It's hard to tell sometimes. But we've got the lovely Shara, and like I said, we're going to continue on where we left off yesterday. We were about 7 minutes into that, so let's see what kind of new information we might garner out of the lovely Shara Wolf. And if you haven't, make sure that you sub up to her. Go check out her stuff on your own. Go give it some views. She's got a lot going on, and this is just one little piece of her life that she's sharing with you, and we thank her for that. Thank you very much, Shara.
First famous YouTuber. I believe it was 2022-ish. And started her own channel when she saw the money sign.
Oh, yeah, the money. It's
The
always
fame,
about the money.
the glory. I want everyone to listen.
Listen real close.
Listen very carefully. You ready? 2 seconds.
Yeah. 2 seconds talking about how she is going to do horrible things with the shovel. Yeah, the same one that was on with the flea last night. Oh, she's just hanging out here. We're totally supporting her. Yeah. Are you supporting her by having her trying to get clean? What wasn't it not too long ago that they were talking about how she was going into rehab, right? Yeah, that happened. Oh, she's totally going into rehab. and it was advised that Gabe doesn't be around her. Why would that be? What was Gabe doing? That Well, I think we figured that out. What was actually happening with Gabe? I mean, from his own admissions that he was doing a little bit of the beans, and we're not talking about coffee. A little ground up love, a little snow from Florida, and got himself in a little bit of trouble. Mm, mm. How did that happen? Oh no, he totally went in on his own, and mm, okay, okay. I mean, two things can be true. He went in on his own, but he was also slightly arrested for that. No, wait, and you say, "Well, how dare you? How dare you, Shizzy, say, that these kind of bad things happen to dear sweet little Gabby Poo." Mm, really? Really? How dare we say these kinds of things? How dare we say this? How dare we say that, oh, Gabby Poo got himself in all kinds of trouble? Hmm. Well, maybe it's the staff reports that came in, and it's one of those things that came in from the villages. Now you say, what are you talking about? It came in from the villages. Oh yeah, yeah. This is the kind of behavior that they have. The convicted felon living in the villages is back in trouble. So this is not that it's unknown to them. And, this is something that drives them absolutely up the wall because I reported on this. How long ago was this? Just last week. And they got so upset that they had to come after my channel and strike it. Imagine them coming to my channel to strike something that is public concern. Yeah, YouTube, I'm talking to you. This was public concern of information is out there. And as you can see, it's preferred on Google. This is Google's own information that's being put out there. So why is it, Google, that you want to come and strike a small content creator listening to who in the hell knows, trying to say, well, he's got nothing here. But what does it say? Gabriel Philip Weeks, 53, who lives in Perdido Villas in the village of Pinellas, showed up last week for an appointment at the Florida probation office in Bushnell. According to an arrest report from the Sumter County Sheriff's Office, it turns out he was wanted for violating his probation in Volusia County on a grand theft charge. Reporting the same thing that I reported. The exact same thing that I reported. And then all of a sudden it becomes a big deal that I'm talking about this. I'm not allowed to say anything about a wanted criminal that's wanted for what was that? Was that failing to piss positive or pissing positive on a test? And the deputies arrived at the probation office and took Weeks into custody. He was booked without bond at the Sumter County Detention Center, pending transfer to Volusia County. But according to the Fleas, this was all made up. Like he totally walked in there on his own free will and turned himself in. So you're calling the newspaper a liar? Is that what it is? That it was totally not him. Totally not him whatsoever. That this was somebody else. I mean, they tried to confuse the situation by misbehaving. You have to remember that these are the same people that talked about Bill and saying, that he was an addict, that he was completely messed up the whole time, that he's tweaking, and you can tell by the video that Shara shows that he's tweaking. That's what they want you to believe. Not that this guy's in his 50s, has a bad habit, that he's been clean for how long? But they'll tell you the story that, no, he's totally doing this. Well, who's he doing this with? Is he doing it with that person that's sitting in your garage threatening to unalive him with a shovel? The one that got removed from that home, had to have a restraining order put on her, a trespass order put on her because she's maybe a little violent. I mean, you tell me, because the stories aren't quite meshing up with what we're seeing on the body cam footage. It's not meshing up with the way that she's behaved in the past. The lies that she's told one person and then turned around and told somebody else. Because you've got the police saying, well, she's got a restraining order on him. And then whenever the police show there's nothing, she was like, yeah, I never completed the paperwork. But all of a sudden, this guy is the bad guy. I'm not saying that old Bill is perfect or anything. No, I'm not saying that he is completely without fault. What I'm saying is something smells fishy, and it doesn't always come from fish. Oh, let's continue on.
Did you hear that sound of the body cam coming on midway through that voicemail? That is alarming to me. The fact that this CAD was tucked away in a dark drawer in the Sumter County Sheriff Office without even calling the prosecutor. It just is unacceptable. And I'm calling it out. I have to. Those two items.
And that also makes you really question who is the person that's in charge of these kinds of files, these CAD files. Who's the one that's handling this? Whoever might be handling this appears like maybe they are hiding things, and it makes you wonder. People start to question who that person might be. Are they starting to wonder why this person would be keeping this stuff a little bit quiet? Is it that they might be protecting some friends? Is it possible they might be protecting their felon husband? Could that be it? I mean, people start questioning these things and wondering, saying, hey, something needs to be investigated here. And Shara seems to think there's something needs to be investigated here. Why are these things being hidden? Oh, no. It couldn't be. It couldn't be that someone might have a little bit of insider knowledge to this. It couldn't be that someone would have insider knowledge about when those warrants are being brought in, and whenever, service is being done by a private process server. It makes you start questioning, well, if this is happening here, what kind of stuff are they getting away with? What kind of other stuff are they getting away with? Could be quite a bit of people are starting to wonder, is there more? Is there more things that they've gotten away with that's getting hidden away in a dark drawer somewhere just until, they can get things sorted out?
Comes on that one call. Not turning the body cam on. Making a decision to tuck it away into a dark drawer without calling the prosecutor. We're very critical to the safety of Mr. Lewis. Very critical.
As we should
what's
be.
Happening now is all in line with this whole thing that's been building over there. Building with one star player involved in every single incident.
Why is that?
The garage gang groupie, the PR across the street, the renters that moved in across from this man and his father, who have turned his life inside out and upside down.
Okay. Yeah, so
She's gonna beat the shit out of me with a shovel.
is there anything showing that's her number or anything like that?
I don't know. I sent it to.
And Bill looks like he's had a pretty hard life. He's got a little bit of a shake. He's stooped over. He's humbling himself in front of this officer. Bill's not a youngster at all by any shape of the imagination, and he's lived a hard life. He's said to the cops, yeah, I used to do a lot of drugs. Maybe his mind isn't completely all there. He's done a lot of crappy things in his life. But here he is, living with his parents, trying to get his life back on track, and meets this girl. Maybe everything was fine. Maybe it was just some wild nights. Who knows? It's none of my concern. My concern is he's sitting there showing this officer saying, "Hey, I don't know all this technology. I don't understand this." Bill's old school. But he's sitting there going, what the hell, man? Like, she's making these threats to me, and the officer, instead of saying, "Well, let me go ahead and investigate this," he's very dismissive of him. Like, do you have any way of proving it's her? And it's just like, yeah, it's her voice right here. I mean, what more proof do you need? She's saying these things. She's sending me these voice messages, making threats to me, and you're not even going to investigate it. You're not even going to look into it. You could give two shits about it. And that seems to set the flea off even more, because whenever this happens, it seems like they're more interested in listening to what the PR team, the PR team, the garage band group he has to say, than ever paying any attention to what this old guy has to say about how horrible it is. These things that are being done to him constantly. This is just one more of those things where they're making these threats. But it's all his fault. It's all his fault that these threats are being made. That, he wakes up with her standing over the top of him, making threats against him. And we've seen the other body cam footage of her arrest and how fast she spirals from one emotion to the next. It seems like the PR team wants to just keep stirring stuff up, keep attacking this man, keep laying it on to him. Why? Well, because it makes for good YouTube content. Because then she's got her little story that she can tell everybody. Oh, look how horrible this guy is. He's completely always, drug addled. You can see he's tweaking right here, totally tweaking. It doesn't look like a man that's tweaking to me here. It looks like a man that's just being beaten down.
My lawyer from my phone, so I don't know how to look at that. But I could show you. See, I sent it to my lawyer. Law.
Yeah.
So, but to hear her voice and match it up, I can play any message from her that I have. And I mean, so.
Okay. Do you have anything showing that was from her number though? That's the thing we have to find out.
How do we prove that?
You have to so you got that downloaded voice.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
We'll figure it out. So you got that.
But I can. But I got it from, she sent it to me.
Yeah.
Really, yes.
So you have that.
Yeah, he's sitting there telling her, I don't know how, I don't know how to give you what you want, officer. I mean, I'm just this guy that, doesn't, I can barely dial my own damn number. You want me to figure out how to give this to you? Yes. Shara dropped this last week. Yeah. Shara dropped it last week. Make sure that you go and sub up to her and go watch the video yourself. Oh, you're at work. Hey, Jay, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. You're at work? Really? I don't believe you for a second. No, you're totally not working. Make sure that you stay away from the crazy. It's dangerous. The crazy's dangerous. It's coming.
Voice message. Okay.
Right.
Now, from that voice message, then that must have been from a voicemail,
Yes,
correct?
it was from, but I don't have it on there. They erased as they come down, and I don't know that it's on there. But it's from her.
Okay.
How much more do I have to prove that it was her?
Let me explain to you how it works then.
Yeah, let me explain to you how it works. You got to have proof that it's her number, proof that it comes from her. Just her voice isn't enough. It could have come from anybody. Oh.
Okay.
Right now, pardon, but let me. Because she's had this guy over here. He stalks me. They follow me on.
Oh no, I didn't think you were.
Bluetooth or something.
Okay.
Somehow.
I'm not worried about it. I didn't think you were, Sim.
I know she had spyware on my last phone. She had spyware on the phone before that.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go to my messages.
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out how to do all this technology.
So here's her number, which is.
And he's talking to the officer, saying, "Hey, officer's just being."
All right, so I'm gonna yeah. Let me explain it to you real quick.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Put me in a bad place here.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what you could do.
What can I do, sir?
Okay. So I've heard you said something about a no contact order before that you've had.
That's all over. I'm off.
Okay, so you need to go to the courthouse and file a no contact order against her. Okay.
Okay.
So so when it comes to threats, say like if you had like a text message of her saying that she's gonna do this shovel, then that's written threats to kill.
Right.
But the problem is that you deleted the voicemails, and all I have is a voice message. But it's not showing. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna document this right now.
Well, I mean, I can have them go on the cloud and retrieve it. I mean, that's what.
If you could do that, 100%. But right now, I'm gonna document it. Do you have your ID on you too?
I do.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Yeah. No, we could definitely get this all taken care of.
This isn't the first time she's threatened.
Yeah.
The last time was. It was almost 3 years ago now. She broke into my room, and that was documented by the cops. They wouldn't come and get the fingerprints off my window, and you could see where she shoved it upward.
Yeah.
And came in, and they wouldn't do anything about it. She threatened. It wasn't as business. She would threaten me with, "You better sleep with one eye open because I'm an angry bitch."
Oh my God.
Well, she woke me up standing over my bed holding my phone, and she didn't like something on it, and it scared the shit out of me. She had this guy. I had that investigated by Officer Streets, Detective Streets.
Yeah.
He tried to run me off the road with his car. Now he's following me again because of her.
Yeah, you hear him? I mean, you hear what he's saying. It's like I've got these people that are investigating it, but the investigation goes nowhere. Why? Because they reach out. They have an in. They have an in with their people because you notice the first person that they always reach out to and contact. It's not their attorney. The first person they reach out contact to try to get all of these things quieted off is part of their little inner circle. Part of their little inner circle is married to somebody that handles all of these records and all of these requests and all of these kinds of things. Might have their hands in there. Well, maybe not directly because, but they've got a little bit of an in because that's the first person that they're trying to reach out to. Anytime something bad happens, the first person they reach out to, "Hey there, Gator Stink, can you come, look, all you got to do is call this guy. Yeah. He was on this TV show. Oh, he played with this band. He lived with Cece and used to, give him little blowies and handies, It's just like, come on, man. Why aren't you talking to him instead of talking to me, the person here, that the bad stuff is perpetuating from. It's really weird how it always goes to somebody else. Like they have some sort of authority. Why would you do that if they don't? Why would you be giving this person, well, you just need to call them. Something smells fishy in Florida, and it's definitely not the fish.
And it makes me real nervous. I can't go anywhere at night.
Okay, well, we can get this figured out.
About if, he's going to attack me whenever, my ideas here.
Oh, and we've heard that person that's been arrested has made verbal threats saying that they were going to do things to them. We've heard what they've said. We've heard them make threats to other people, talking about, what was it, a curb stomp on Jeremy, dragging Jeremy off a porch with a rope, dragging him behind a truck, made these threats, made these kinds of threats. Imagine, live next door to him. What other threats have been made that weren't recorded? And old Bill here doesn't seem to understand how much they've done, that if he would have just turned on his camcorder and recorded it, his phone and recorded it, that he would have proof of their bad behavior. Because that's not Bill. Usually someone talks crap. He's old school. Someone talks crap to me, I'm going to talk crap back, and we move on with our day. But that's not how these people behave. These people behave by making threats constantly, over and over again, running him off the road. And he's just like, well, why are they doing this to me? Because they want to get him to react. They want to get him to respond, because as soon as he responds, they damn sure are making sure they're recording it. You know, the flea makes sure that she yells crap at him across the street, saying some of the most horrible stuff, and records it. And whenever he responds, she's like, see, this is proof that he's harassing me. Really, really weird how that works, isn't it? It's the same thing that they do on the YouTubes. Just watch what they do. All you have to do is go back and watch any of the things that Tug or Megan or myself have responded to. It's them starting shit, and you respond to it, and then they go, see, they're totally defaming me. Really? Really? Yet you've never filed a lawsuit. You keep saying that you're going to file this lawsuit, but for some reason you never have. Why is that? Why? Oh, that's right. Keep an eye on the docket. Remember? Keep an eye on the docket. Come on, keep an eye on the docket. What's going to happen? Oh, yeah. Let's see how that goes, because it seems to me that they're just trying to get people to pay attention to them. Start crap and then cry whenever they get called out on it. Typical lol cows.
It is here. This is my
CF52's on.
village's
Good.
ID. I wasn't sure I was
A
going
female deputy, 10A for a female search.
I got the license, you know.
Yeah.
From Florida, but I wanted to get a
You're from
50
Hawaii?
license. Well, I lived for a while. I'm originally from Hawaii. It was great. I was a caregiver there.
Really?
Yeah, for an autistic guy. He weighed 450 pounds when I got
Wow.
there. And he was 220 when I left, and he got into a home, but he just died not long ago.
Oh, I'm sorry
He
about
was
that.
supposed to live
231 something. 6'5", 27 out of Hawaii.
He lived till he was 60-some years old, and he wasn't supposed to make it past 30.
Oh,
He was an amazing guy.
Crazy, huh?
white male.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you, Quill. Hello, Miyagi. Welcome.
Here's this.
Work phone better, and I'm not very computer.
No, you're good.
When I graduated high school,
Yeah.
I didn't have computer class yet.
Yeah.
We were actually putting in a computer room the year I graduated. You know, we were like looking at the little door and like these computers and stuff, and we didn't have anything like that. You know.
Yeah.
Nothing. So my education is very limited as far as, you know.
It's fine.
My son used to come in when he was 5. He's 33 now, in the postgrad. 5. I said, Jimmy, can you put Daddy on the internet? And he'd come in and do it. And he'd look at me and say, Dad, you don't know nothing, do you? I'm like, no, Dad, I don't know too much about this.
Good to see you, Lindy Lou. Welcome, welcome, French.
So I'm
Stephen.
You're
Barrett.
good. So here's what we'll do.
Go ahead.
I'm documenting this, okay?
okay.
All right.
Q on the female.
So I'm gonna give you a card, okay?
Okay.
It's gonna have my name on it, and I'm gonna give you the incident number.
Okay.
So you go down to the courthouse over in Bushnell.
Yep, I know. What it
Okay.
is.
You give them the card and say, reference this case incident. I want to file a no contact order against this person.
Okay.
And it's a quick process.
Okay.
I mean, you can have it in a matter of days.
Okay.
And what that does then, if she tries to contact you from then at that point we have probable cause. You understand?
Okay. Yeah. But,
So-
Yeah, he's giving him the
Contact
rundown of what to do.
on her previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was saying it was expired.
No,
Look at old Bill.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about something.
Yeah.
You're talking
Got a
about-
jelly bean shirt
Yeah,
on.
We had a trespass order on her,
Mm-hmm.
not to come onto our property.
Okay.
I don't think it has one actually, but
Yeah, he's showing it.
That's a
Here's the
trespass.
trespass order.
But they're going to scrub that because if
Telling the.
I'm just I just know because with how is I allowed her to come over here to talk to me when she wants to try and be back together, you know.
William showing
And
a
so
valid out of Hawaii.
They're going to dismiss it because of that, so it doesn't hold any water.
Well, it still holds. It's still evidence that you do have filed. a
Good
trespass
morning, Joseph
against her,
Bloom.
Prior So, like I said, let me go get a card. I'm gonna write the incident number on. Like I said, take that to the courthouse.
All right.
It's called a no contact order.
Right.
Give them the card. Tell them reference this incident number.
Okay.
Okay. And then from there they'll do the no contact, and then we'll have it all documented, meaning a call, a text, anything. It's at that point, we'll have probable cause.
Okay.
All right. So let me go get my business card real quick, and I'll be right back.
Charlie 139. 51. You must have 1020 my computer since 7. 10 works. 2525 works trail.
Yeah.
We're gonna be checking on a Maury Mudrick.
Not going to do shit. Right there, saying they ain't going to do anything. It looked like jelly beans to me. Here comes the little CAD report. Flower, thank you, Jules. Thank you for the 30 Jules, Lindy Lou. Appreciate you.
Sheriff 201. Sheriff 52. Cancel 207. See why we're in the this weekend. After this weekend. 166 on 166.
All right.
Show me 97 signal 4.
So here's that card. Okay. Also, when you do go to file the no contact order, show them that voice message, even though we can't use it as like a threats kind of thing. It's called written threats to kill or cause bodily harm. That's the statute. Even though we can't use it as that at this moment, they'll still use that as evidence to do a no contact order. Okay. It's weird how the law works in Florida.
Okay, but then if I get that message off the top by my lawyer, then
it goes.
If you can get it,
different kind of rocks.
So if you can get it and it identifies her number, and then I'll ask you some questions there, and it's her, then yes, but that's considered written.
I'll have that done ASAP.
All right.
Thank you,
Hey,
sir.
no problem. Hope we get this worked out. All right.
Yep. Thank you for coming.
No problem.
These are people that are very concerning. They are a public concern, and they are also threatening journalists and creating criminal cases on journalists with Sumter County Sheriff. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a way to intimidate journalists, isn't it?
You think that she's fooling? Oh no. They're trying to create a criminal case against Shara, against Megan Fox. So that way they can say, look at all the horrible things that they've done. Ooh, yeah. Big, bad, mean Megan Fox. So horrible person.
So is the sheriff actually going to assist a rogue YouTuber who is threatening federal court witnesses? Are they going to assist her in intimidating and terrorizing journalists?
Shara's talking about herself.
Or exposing a public concern? Good luck. I have a question for the PR. Why are you lying to the Sumter County Sheriff about me? And why are you telling the sheriff that I work for Mr. Helms?
Yeah, this is the things that they've been saying. See, they've been saying all of this stuff over a long period of time, saying that I work for Jeremy, that Shar works for Jeremy, that Megan works for Jeremy, that Tug works for Jeremy, and Coop, and every single other person works for Jeremy. Telling them this, that all of these people are in with Jeremy. Why would they say that? They're trying to build a case. And every single time that we prove that we're doing this independently on our own, that everybody that has been looking at this case is looking at it on their own. Do we share with what we find with other people? That's part of what we do here. Because whenever you're working alone and you say, "Hey, I've got this information," You can't get to every single bit of information. And you don't know what the other person knows. We're sharing that information freely with other people saying, here, check this out. Look at this. Do you see this? And then they share that information with you that they have and go, well, I found this. Do you see this? And we try to verify and vet everything that we're putting out there. I've heard all kinds of stories. People say, well, did you see this? And I'll look at it and I can't verify whether that's true or not. And if I can't verify it, then I don't talk about it. Part of what we do here. I can't tell you how many times I've received messages from somebody telling me something, and then whenever I actually look at it and start trying to suss it out, it doesn't add up. Like, I can't connect the dots to it. You know, they might be able to connect the dots, but I'm not seeing what they're trying to show. And I've said that to people before. I don't see what you're trying to tell me. I don't understand where this is coming from. That's why we try to show the court documents, which is something that they try to avoid, because if they actually show the case numbers, the court documents, the files, and people go and vet it for themselves to verify it, for some reason, they're not able to. Why is that?
Are you jealous?
Yeah, they are.
Are you jealous because you think I work for Mr. Hales?
Yeah, she is. She wants to be in Hales's little good graces. So this right here is a letter that was sent. Really interesting. If you look at it, what exactly was sent here? Now, this was an inquiry. This came from Shara, and this was to Sumter County Sheriffs, and it was from Shara. Deadline 2026, August 11th, 11 a.m. Tuesday, and she says, "Hello, Media Relations Liaison Michelle Kesey." Name sound familiar? I'm working on a story regarding the Lewis story. If I may inquire, can you please send me an official comment regarding the following two brief questions? Officer Body Cam, it gives that. I spoke to you a few weeks ago and you expressed your concern about Officer Gregory turning on his body cam late. Halfway through his arrival regarding a serious threat, he confirmed on his body cam as to a threat to delete Mr. Lewis. He then made a decision not to write a report without speaking to a prosecutor. In our phone call, I had also tried to discuss a YouTube named Two Ankles, owned by Lisa, regarding her ongoing public threats against multiple innocent people by use of Sumter County Sheriff criminal case against them. You had refused to allow me to ask that question. Why? Now, as this person said, is heard numerous times ongoing beginning in 2024 to present, making criminal case threats against multiple people she is obsessively pursuing, including a federal court witness, journalists, other YouTube creators, and even the public, while claiming she's building a criminal case with Sumter County Sheriff to intimidate and silence those speaking about this growing public concern. She is doing this regularly along with her regular co-hosts, Tori Jones, Swamp Brothers, Robert Kesey, with other guests joining in, including Paint Chips and others. Now, Miss Rapuzzi is also heard discussing the Lewis case regularly and multiple criminal cases she's working on as the lead against, with Sumter County Sheriff referring to him as the creeper on her creeper video Bad Neighbor content with Lewis as her star. Any comments would be greatly appreciated. I'm also available for any corrections. Thank you for your kind attention. And she got no response. And that was on August 8th, 2026. Still no response. Can you imagine? This is what you're having to deal with whenever you're asking the questions and then the questions are just left unanswered. completely ignoring what's going on. Shara's very interested. She wants to find out this information. Yeah, Shara's Parlor Wolf, Shara Wolf Parlor. All of these can be found, and I'll drop the link to this video here so you guys can actually check out the video yourself. And maybe you'll have questions also. Maybe people will start questioning what's going on. Why is this person doing this? And they'll start thinking, maybe there's something here. Maybe there's nothing here. But these questions are just completely left unanswered. And then you've also got this one. And this one comes from the Sumter County Sheriff and says, "Good morning, Shara. I have answered and attached what we have available as per your listed request. No report available due to ransomware." Now it's ransomware? "Due to already have provided you with most of the 22 CADs. I have attached what you have not received. This was a civil matter. No report submitted. 30, my previous request. I also need to report any supplemental reports and evidence relating to this CAD. The incident where Mr. Lewis's life was threatened with a shovel." Well, the ransom letter was attached. "After diligent search, our office has located no records which are responsive to your request. After diligent search, our office has located no records which are responsive to your request." So they weren't there. So that means all of the documentation was due to ransomware in the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. So how many cases did they prosecute that, if it was ransomware, it would have affected everything? Why is it just one particular piece? Why is it just the stuff that Shar is requesting? Why isn't it all of their records? It just happens to be these very isolated ones. Seems a little sus to me. Don't you think? I mean, wouldn't it seem a little sus to you if you were just saying, "Hey, we don't have these due to ransomware"? And there it is, right there. Call history record. She was able to find it. This is the documentation that they're saying was lost due to ransomware. X has made S63 to cause bodily harm to comply. S63 to hit him in the head with a shovel. Lives 2 houses down. Not sure if the subject is at her house or across the street. At the neighbor's text was a couple of weeks ago. Complainant advised he just got off probation. He's been around the females since the S63. Had a no contact at one time with the female's mother, but no longer caller possession. S20. Caller has cameras around his house, so they won't attempt to come there. No written threats, just a voice message with no identifiers of it being the female. And then they toss it away. Well, Shara was able to get the CAD number right here. She was able to find it as that deputy's walking up. Just a quick glimpse, and she's able to pull up what the CAD is. Florida statutes, written or electronic threats to do bodily injury or conduct a mass shooting or act of terrorism, punishment exemption from liability. As used in a section, the term electronic record means any record created, modified, archived, received, or distributed electronically, which contains a combination of text, graphics, video, audio, or pictorial representation in digital form, but does not include a telephone call. It is unlawful for any person to send, post, transmit, procure, the sending, posting, or transmission of a writing or other record, including an electronic record, in any manner in which may be viewed by another person when such a writing or record the person makes a threat to do bodily harm to another person. These are Florida statutes. And included in that is a recording. It doesn't have to have a number attached to it. A person who violates this subsection commits a felony of the second degree, punishable as provided by these statutes, This section does not impose liability on a provider or interactive computer service, communication services, such as defined in this section. The commercial mobile phone or an information service included but not limited to an internet service provider or a hosting service provider if it provides the transmission, storage, or caching of electronic communications. Remember, electronic communications means any record created, modified, archived, received, or distributed electronically which contains any combination of text, graphics, video, audio. This exemption from liability is consistent with any addition to liability exemption. Basically saying you can't hold the service provider responsible for this. So according to this statute right here, they should have done something, but they never did. Why didn't they? Shara Michelle writes, I typed the wrong name in my last email. Correction, Detective Street, not Weeks. Thank you. I'm sending this email to include that we discussed on the phone regarding my previous request to make your search easier. My previous request was referred back to your agency by the Wildwood Police Department, and after you referred them to me regarding CAD WWP, regarding a call from Mr. William Lewis about threats of physical harm from Gabriel Weeks' neighbor. I had previously told your department that there was an investigation opened by Detective Weeks. Today's date is May 29th. Please refer to my email dated May 22nd when I requested the entire file. Yet they ignore more information. Bonus Levy County Sheriff's evidence. Oh, some bonus stuff from them.
That's it for tonight. Oh, stay tuned for some evidence on the way out. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys again very soon. Have a good night.
Oh, we got more evidence. What exactly is that evidence? It's just from Shara, Lieutenant Scott Thurman. Respectfully from Shara Wolf, deadline 2026. I'm working on a story regarding 56K and a donor and Child Protective Services in Levy County in relation to Otter Creek. If I may inquire, can you please send me a comment regarding the following brief questions? LMNOP reported to Levy County Sheriff to grand theft, 56K from a donor, and more, accusing a YouTuber, the Flea, of grand theft in ongoing fundraising by use of her child and also by a Christmas fundraising. Preston reported this to your agency 3 or more times, beginning in September of 2025 to November of 2025. Is that right? Yeah, 2025. Why was there no investigation or report? In a public interview by what's his name? Volmet? Yeah. With LMNOP, in which Volmet referred to Child Protective Services reports in a case as a bogus CPS call. Preston said that if CPS, get any more calls with names, those people are going to be prosecuted. Wouldn't making callers fearful of calling CPS to make a valid report further isolate a child in a potentially neglectful, abusive situation? Lieutenant Thurman, I reported the drugging of the child and more to your prosecutors, and they ignored it. I was accused of getting this from Jeremy Hales's video. Was not taken seriously. I do not get my information from Mr. Hales. I am the witness to this and more. Any comments would be greatly appreciated. I'm always available for any corrections. And he says, well, thank you. And she also says, dear Officer Under Sheriff Buttchamp, thank you for so much of your kind response. May I speak with you tomorrow, Shara? Thurman is not available. I'm willing to speak with you regarding your request by phone in his absence. Right there. Buttchump. So for some reason, Buttchump is available, but Thurman is not. Why wouldn't Thurman be available? Is he no longer there? And your email response would be fine. Any additional email response to my questions would also be appreciated. Thank you for your kind attention, Shara. No response from Butt Chump. Why not? And then also one from Lynette, Elemental P. Bunch Chump. Good morning. I've heard something about the flea and her husband that kind of goes with what they did to me by keeping donations and saying it's because we didn't have a permit, which is a lie. We met her in September, a lie that we met her in September. She started taking donations, and at Christmas time, donations came in like crazy for the barn dominium, our house, and our permit. We begged her, please get your framer out. You keep saying you're going to frame our house frame, and then we gave our plans to the one man she sent. He brought them back and said he wasn't going to do it. Again, we waited and waited and waited. I spoke to Levy County. She said she spoke to Levy County. She lied. She never did. All of this evidence, all of this proof, supposedly her husband, Gabby Poo, is on parole for doing the same thing to many people during the hurricanes. His name is Gabriel Weeks. I have a document that he's been sent to me, and I will forward it to you. I have to dig it up quick, but it sounds to me like they've done this to many people, but in different forms. I would like to let your deputy that's helping us know that I will have that statement ready within the next couple of days. I didn't know exactly what she wanted, but now I do, and I'm writing it out. Thank you. I will send you that document. Sincerely, Elemental P. And of course, you've got the the Pooh team over there saying, "Well, this never happened. She would never send anything like that. It's totally like she's a liar. She's a liar." She's always the liar. But you guys were screaming about how much she was telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Good morning. I need to set up a time and come to speak with you. She's reaching out. She's saying, hey, we had a status conference this morning for new charges in Ohio, which on paper were very vague, but I have since heard from someone on this team that the allegations are being made by Shar Wolf, the reporter that we had on our side one point, who was friends with Jamie Starr Johnson, who brought the stolen camper onto my property and did drugs, and I had to throw her off. Well, Shar became a Hale fan directly after that. Now she is saying that at some point in our speaking with each other, I told her I was going to hire a hitman. So the same story that he tried already once with you in the sheriff's department, he's trying now with the judge. I never have said that, and I don't know if you guys can investigate it by me asking you or what you need to do to the hearing that we're going to do. Going to have this December 5th at 9 a.m. Hopefully my witness can be there by Zoom by the judges deciding whether we should be there in person or not. Hopefully she will do it by Zoom, knowing we have a medically needy child. We are just disabled and indigent. John told me to ask if there's any way we can have the other deputy as a witness as well, the one who wrote the report, saying that he believes Hales was setting us up. He did the full report about the mileage to the drive and everything. I would like to have him as a witness. I'm going to get this protection order over in Ohio because we don't deserve it. We've done nothing to this man. Nothing. Well, Ohio disagreed. He's also saying that we've been filming him coming in and out of his driveway. Yeah, those cameras on the fence are all pointed towards Jeremy Hales. We've seen them. We've seen the police post these things on the internet when he comes, when he goes, where he does, what he's doing. Who's the stalker again? I don't know if I can have that investigated and some kind of report made about it. This is why John and I would like to sit down with you and also talk about why the flea, because the flea is lying. She lied to you. She's lying to everyone. She stole upwards of $56,000. It was dedicated, given. Dan donated all to us, and she embezzled it, and her husband. They have, it looks like, a long history of doing this to elderly people by taking their money and never fulfilling the jobs that they say that they're going to do for them. Lisa was supposed to frame our house and do it before March 20th. She couldn't fulfill that time limit, and our permit expired. Well, we're just going to talk whenever we see you, but can we please set up a time to meet? Sincerely, Elemental P. The flea's saying she's going to have stuff done. Yeah, these are things that she said. These are things that she's tried to hide. Why would she hide those things? Why would she constantly be hiding this kind of information? Why does she keep changing the story? Why does the story always change? There seems to be a miscommunication here of why things keep changing. Why? And that's the questions that people keep asking. Why do these things get changed on a regular basis? Lynette, right here, sending this goes left onto his driveway. Why is she sending videos of them saying that they're recording these things? Oh, we're totally not recording, but then they are recording. John and I deal with it, but so-and-so gets upset due to it, but we have nothing to hide. The worker told us some laws. So I do want to speak to you about it. Thank you, Elemental P. Due to what Hale's broadcast as follows, this is what we deal with. 41. Trying to say that people are contacting CPS. And the flea's already said that she's contacted. I mean, Elemental P has already said that the flea is contacted. Her name was out there saying that she was the one doing it. It's all the grift for the powdered sugar. That's what it seems to be to me. It seems like there's all kinds of funky stuff going on. Nobody wants to investigate it. Why are they not investigating it? Is somebody got in somebody's pocket there? I don't know. I'm curious. Everybody's asking these questions. But of course, it's framed as if we're all working in concert. We're all totally working for Jeremy Hales to do this. No, we have questions. Our chat has questions. Your chat even has questions. Like they keep asking you, so when am I going to see my fucking rocks? And you'll notice that the story changes. Constantly shifting the story, changing the story, misdirection, telling you a completely different story, going off on somebody that has nothing to do with that whatsoever. So whenever people ask questions, they'll change the topic entirely. They'll throw another person in there to attack. If they can't attack Megan, then they're going to attack Tug. If they can't attack Tug, they're going to attack Mr. Coop. If they can't attack Mr. Coop, they're going to attack me. If they can't attack me, they're going to go after Jay Hip. And it's just this constant rotation of who they're going to attack what particular day. And they still won't answer the questions. They won't answer the questions of where did the money go? Did it go up someone's nose? Someone that got arrested? Did it go in your back pocket? The lack of transparency has a lot of people questioning, and they should question. They should say, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Make it make sense. You keep saying that, oh, this money was never sent. There wasn't enough money. Oh, there were fees. There were amounts that were paid. But you've never answered the main question. Where did the fucking money go? Where did the money go? What was it used on? You're saying there were thousands upon thousands of dollars that was spent on Christmas and never provided one receipt of it. So whenever people are asking questions, what exactly happened to the money? Nobody else seems to know. Nobody else seems to care. What happened to the money? Stay on point. What happened to the money? Because you keep saying, well, we did this, we did this, we did this. This was only for the fence. This was only for the memorial bench. This was only for X, Y, or Z. But you've never shown any proof of where that money was spent and how it was spent. Are you telling me that you spent $1,000 on stain to cover what? How many feet? One large container does not cost $1,000. Definitely not a 1 gallon piece of stain cost $1,000. It has never been stained. They lost it off the truck, but they never brought it to you. That would seem to me something that you'd want to be on top of. Instead, no, you bought a couple of toilets and a oh, that's right. It was some sort of weird island for an unfinished room. Makes a whole lot of sense to me. Well, we did this. Why? To shut Michelle up, to get her to be quiet. Look, we're working on things for you. Here, take this. This will shut her up for a little bit. Is that how those elderly people felt? That, were saying, hey, you're saying you're gonna paint my house, but yet you've like redone footers, sort of, maybe. You've laid all of this water lines, never did. Yet my house still hasn't been painted. What you said you were going to do still hasn't been done. You found all these other things. And it seems really odd to me that I've so far spent thousands of dollars and my house still isn't painted. And then they do a little bit of search on them. They find out that this person isn't even a licensed contractor to be doing this kind of work. So they hire their own inspector just to confirm that this work has been done. But it hadn't. They were a little upset. And at that point, it becomes Grand Theft Auto. Next thing you know, this person's in front of a judge. He's got warrants out for his arrest. No, they've said this kind of stuff before. Well, I had no idea that that this was happening. Whenever it comes down to it, it has been happening. They know exactly what's been happening. They know exactly. You've got the flea sitting there on tape crying because I just lost my house. You can't take my husband away from me. Yeah, the house that you paid, what, $7,000 for, that you didn't maintain, that you didn't keep up with. And now you're out there bragging about how we just lived out however long it would have taken us to pay it off. And then we just left it there for them to deal with. That's their attitude with stuff. Oh, well, we'll just get our use out of it, just like they get their use out of the people they call the flippers. It's totally the flippers. You've outlived your usefulness for us. That's how these people react. Staying fell off the truck. Oh, yeah. Totally fell off the truck, yeah. Wouldn't you know it? That's how this always happens. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always got to be somebody else's fault. It's never their responsibility to, keep up with this kind of crap. It's never their responsibility. And they seem to get very upset whenever it's brought up. They've got lots of problems with it. They want to silence what people are asking. They want to silence the questions. They say, hey, how dare you bring up anything about the person that's been sitting there helping me grift for all kinds of money. Then online, grifting over, playing these kinds of games of, well, nobody has that right to show this or come after me for this because I'm so wonderful. And all that I do, it's them attacking me. It's them attacking me. Is it really? Is it really people attacking them? No, I think not. I think it's more like this. If you guys haven't seen this, make sure you go check it out. But I'm gonna give you a nice little video, and then we're going to transition over into talking some about the Lipsis filings because that's where we're going today. Yeah, I think we've made it down a little over halfway down through the documents, and we're going to start with that. But let's give you a little bit of video before we do that, so I can go maybe get a little bit more coffee.
You said I won, you said you lose, then the record drops and you start to bruise. Copyright this privacy, that free speech for you. Different when they clap. Call them stalkers, call them liars, call them obsessed when the facts get higher. You wanted a fight, here it comes. Your words, your claims, your own damn tongue. No smoke, no rumor, just one finger. Ready for the flag, every flag you place proves me right. Every strike you drop, that's my next line. I want you lose. Shout it proud, nothing says win like shutting me down. Every flag you place proves me right. Can't win the talk, so you try. to kill the light. Watch the docket, that's your line. Watch the docket, everything's fine. We watch the docket, look what we see. You report voices, then cry, not me. It's only a little, that's the defense. Pull the fire alarm when the truth gets tense. You scream harassment when someone disagrees. Then talk all night about your enemies. Call everybody obsessed while you keep tabs. Funny how obsession only counts on the other side. Every flag you place proves me right. Every strike you drop writes my next line. I won, you lose, shout it proud. Nothing says win like shutting me down. Every flag you place proves me right. Can't win the talk, so you try to kill the light. You need permission, that's my property. Fair use won't save you, that's what you keep saying. Commentary, reaction, criticism too. Wait a damn minute, didn't you say that's fair use too? Rules for thee, but not for flea. Rules for thee, but not for flea. Copyright degree from Trust Me University. Breadsticks, code fine, legal fee talk. Ask a question, suddenly it's stalking. Court finds lawyers who paid what and when. Every question's defamation till you do it to them. I don't make it up, I don't make it strange. Just press play, you write the punchline. Every page. You could answer, you could prove us wrong. You could show the proof instead of shutting us down. If your answer to talk is making voices disappear, it's not the speaker, it's your own words you fear. It's the playback, it's the quote. Hearing your own voice is what sticks in your throat. Watch the docket, no. Watch the mirror. Every flag you place proves me right. Every strike you drop writes my next line. Every report you file feeds the fire. Throw another complaint, call yourself the winner again. I won, you lose, keep saying it loud. But if your strongest move is shutting my voice down, every flag you place proves me right. Every time you strike me, you give me another song to write. Every flag you place proves me right. Watch the docket, proves me right. Woo! Rules for lead, but not for flee. I want you losing, you just prove me right yet again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We weren't expecting that, were you? All right, let's get into this crazy mess right here. So the plaintiffs, plaintiffs, and now if you're wondering, this right here would be, let's see, Exhibit I. We made it to Exhibit I. So right here, 3/1/2021, complaint and demand for trial jury. Hereby files their complaint to the defendants. Ooh, all these defendants, Chartine, Stephen, Beth, Kyle, hereinafter referred to as defendants, and states the follow. This is an action for damages in excess of $35,000, exclusive of interest, costs, and attorney's fees. Now, Lips here is a citizen of domiciled in Orange County, Florida, at this address in Windermere, Florida. Plaintiff Lips is a professional association. So as you can see, this is her filing pro se. Now, this is her filing as a business against Chartine, Stephen, Beth, Kyle, and his law firm. Weird. So on or about June 2020, hold on, June 2020, Chartine. And Lips signed a contract to retain the services of Chartine as an independent contractor for the Lips, where she could, her law firm, where she would handle the bookings of all mediations, hearings, depositions, pretrial conferences, trials, basic filings, and client status conferences for the cases within this law firm. Now, she would be paid one time at the beginning of each month for completing the various assigned tasks each month. Now, she set her own hours, worked from home, and purchased her own supplies. At the onset of the contract, now Chartine informed her that she had 25 years of experience as a paralegal, understood the importance of client confidentiality. Now, during her role as a paralegal, she was privy all client information and knew, misspelled, of course, exactly which clients Ms. Rodriguez withdrew from or had issues with, which included Beth DiGiorgio and Stephen. Additionally, Ms. VR was privy to information about this law firm's animosity towards her, which resulted in him filing a bar complaint on December 28, 2020, against Ms. Federico's after an ABC News special came out depicting Fletcher as a negative light and Ms. Federico's in a positive light. Yeah. Now, she maintained her contract on February 18, 2021, when Lips Esquire confronted her about not completing assigned tasks, and she texted Miss Lips to inform her that she quit the contract to perform work for her. Immediately after she terminated her independent contractor contract, Lips took the measures to secure the privacy of her clients by deleting all accounts used by her and replacing all passwords to all software programs. Not uncommon. That's what you would do. After the termination of her, she proceeded to contact clients directly with the intention to slander the Lips to her clients. Now, Ms. Vieira specifically called Stephen and engaged in a conversation where she disclosed false information statements about Ms. Lips to Mr. Philadosa. Additionally, she disclosed to Mr. Philadosa information about Kyle Fletcher, filing a bar complaint against her. Now, on February 22nd, 2021, she called and texted with Stephen, claiming the following about her: that she hires and pays employees who are getting disability from the government. Said harbored a runaway child in one of her cases. She's saying this never happened. She takes client money and withdraws before their trials. That she owes $7,000. That she is mental and is in need of help, among other things. False and disparaging comments. Following the conversation between her and Stephen, he emailed her stating that he blamed her for finding of contempt in his family law case. Now, upon receiving an email from him where he blames the Lips for his contempt finding, Miss Federico's filed a motion to withdraw from Mr. Philadosa's family law case following her filing on her motion to withdraw. Mr. Philadosa sent a series of emails claiming that she did not protect him and that her former employee had nothing nice to say about her. Immediately after these emails, Mr. Philadosa contacted 21 of her active clients by sending them texts to watch out for Lips, and that she is a criminal. He proceeded to take screenshots of privileged conversations between these two people and texted them to 21 of her active clients. Now, in 2021, Mr. Philadosa continues to text Mr. Federico's and 21 active clients in a group text where he disparages her, claiming is unstable, needs help, along with several more disparaging comments. Why is there no filing of anything except for her statements of those? That's always curious. Now, Mr. Philadosa continues to email her, calling her a narcissist, sending anger emojis, and accusing her of having a lot of green. A lot of green? Now, he created a group app account called WhatsApp where he invites and contacts her active clients and continues to make false, disparaging comments about her and her law firm. Now, on the 24th, he locates her YouTube account where he makes over 9 false comments. What? Where he or she? Where she makes, because that's very confusing, about her, claiming that she is a criminal to watch out for, among other false comments. Now, he continues to email her, calling her a worthless piece of shit. And it states, I'm obsessed with bringing down an attorney like you, and I won't stop until I'm done. But yet, whenever she filed this, there was no proof of any of this, that he's done this. Weird. It's weird that all of these comments are made of all these bad things that people did. The comments that she made about things that Megan said, but she never did. Statements that other people have made that she attributes to one person, but not the others. The person that actually made the statement, saying that Hales has made statements that turn out she was getting off of a fake What the Hales chat. Seems weird that this has happened time and time again. She's saying these kinds of things that he's done. So is she telling the truth here? It's hard to suss out if she is actually telling the truth or not. On February 24th, Mr. Fuldosa continues to email her, calling her worthless, donkey do. Now, Mr. Fuldosa taped 55 client emails from Chartine, where he sends out emails to her clients stating the following: she's a criminal, hires and pays employees, but she's never shown any proof of this. If she harbored a runaway child in one of her cases, she takes clients' money, withdraws from their trials. And those are words that you said. Is mental in need of help, among other false and disparaging comments. So you're saying that you were never Baker acted, Lips? Is that what you're saying? That that never happened? Between the 18th of 2021 and February of 2021, Chartine threatens her that if she does not pay her $7,000, she will ruin her with bar complaints and disparaging comments. She writes several emails demanding immediate payment of what was owed to her. Matter of fact, her husband even agreed to this. There's text messages where her husband's reaching out. Will you just, let's set up a time. We'll pay it, whatever. Now, Mr. Fuldosa speaks with Kyle and sends her a text stating it was crazy how other attorneys want to take off suing you for free. You really have pissed some people off. Now, Beth, a former client of her, gains access to 55 client emails through Stephen, where Ms. DiGiorgio directly emails false disparaging comments about her directly to 55 of her clients. 55 of her clients. But she never followed through with this lawsuit. This seems to be pretty damning. But all of a sudden, she's not following through with it. Why isn't she following through? That seems a little odd that she would never do this. But she's said this before. We've seen the video. We've seen exactly what she said, that she creates these lawsuits intentionally and then later drops them because she wants to have it on the record. See, she wants to have this kind of record so whenever people come back and they pull it up, she can pull these things out in court documents and say, look, this is what I'm telling you happened. But she never shows the response. Never shows what the response was to all of this. Why? Because she'll drop the lawsuit as soon as she's like ruined a lot of their businesses. She'll just all of a sudden, oh yeah, it just went away, magically disappeared. Files a petition for stalking and an injunction and gets it granted. 1 hour after the petition for stalking was granted, he files a notice of appearance representing Mr. Fuldosa against Ms. Federico. She's received at least 2 new client calls daily prior to the above referenced events. Ms. Federico's has not only taken a financial loss of business since the above referenced events, she's suffered emotional, physical harm as a result of the above reference. Now, this conspiracy. Kyle Fletcher and law firm had communication between each other, specifically relating to the intention to harm her. Chartine put the defendants in contact with each other for the purpose of harming. Chartine did all of this. It was all Chartine. Kyle Fletcher solicited her former clients and offered to represent them for free with the intent to harm the plaintiffs. Like I said, makes statements, drops the lawsuit. Why would you do such a thing? Why would you create a statement and then all of a sudden drop it? This seems like pretty bad things that somebody's doing, but she dropped it. Why? I mean, she says that she's strong. She can take whatever comes at her, and was absolutely willing to go through with it. But then starts hiding as soon as she fires the shots at people. The defense intentionally schemed the events that harmed the plaintiff. Defamation per se. Chartine, Stephen, Beth contact clients directly. They did all these horrible things, accusing them of criminal allegations. They made statements that were false, yet intentionally made them to clients of the plaintiffs. As a result of those, she's suffered financial, physical, emotional. And then also that, there was another one. They contacted clients more, and more. They did all of these horrible things. And we've got more and more pages that just keep coming in that they've done all of these bad things. The damages inflicted on the plaintiffs in the amount of $400,000 for damages caused or law for damages to cover the emotional damages. Attorney's fees for having to bring forth this petition, all of the remedies necessary just under the statute. Really strange that she made these complaints and yet nothing was ever followed through. Why? Well, I mean, because why wouldn't you? I'm just going to go ahead and after I write that, I'm going to dismiss it. So after all of these bad things that they did, all of a sudden dismissed? Seems a little odd to me. Why if all of these bad things were happening, would you dismiss the case? Then she's also going after her family right here. After Doe and or plaintiff sues Danny, Kayla, Nicholas, Alina, Kathleen, Paul Russo, defamation, libel, slander, abuse of process, intentional infliction of emotional distress, invasion of privacy as follows. I need to make sure that I don't have anything in here. So here's the complaint that she makes. Introduction. This case involves extended and estranged family members and a childhood friend of the plaintiff's husband who's taken measures to cause harm to the plaintiff after the plaintiff or her husband attempted to set boundaries to stop familial interference in the plaintiff's marriage. After the plaintiff cut ties and communications with various family members, those extended family members waited several years without contact with the plaintiff before they intentionally recruited other extended family members and friends by the dissemination of false statements about the plaintiff to support the filing of a false report against the plaintiff. The spread of these false statements resulted in a false report against the plaintiff to DCF on October 24th, 2023, which was enclosed with no findings on the November of 2023. Defendants continued to threaten with more false reporting, and the dissemination of these false statements resulted in a New York court granting 2 orders of protection to protect the plaintiff and her minor children. The defendants continued to publish disparaging and false statements with the plaintiff and continue to engage in communicating these false statements to third parties. But it's really interesting. Whenever I look at this, I'm like, where's the proof? Oh, let's see. Where is it? I'm looking. She makes a statement saying that they did these things. I know it's got to be here. There's got to be okay. I'm looking. I'm looking for what would be the most important thing whenever you're saying these kinds of things. And you know what? I'm not finding it. What am I not finding, you ask? What do I not see here? What do I not see in these documents? Well, what I'm looking for in these documents would be a little thing called proof that there was actually a restraining order in New York. But I don't see anything like that. Why wouldn't I see anything like that inside these documents? Were they ever filed? You would think that if you're telling people, hey, I've got these restraining orders against somebody, then why wouldn't you show the restraining orders? Even redacted? Nothing. Because that's not what it was about. Same way as that's not what it was about with Jeremy, with Tug, with Megan, with myself, with Jay Hip. she's made claims saying that she worked things out with with Megan Fox and Tug and myself and with Jay Hip. She worked all this stuff out. We totally agreed on this. No, I didn't agree to shit from you. I don't know what you're talking about. The only thing that I ever said was, "Still not served." Because there was never intention of serving anybody. You can tell by her filing fees because they said, yeah, $9 isn't enough to actually serve these people that you claim have done all of these horrible things to you. All of the people that were in Facebook, she wanted to add so many people from Facebook. Why would you add people from Facebook? All talk, no show. Yeah, that's what happens. It always tends to be all talk, no show. Why is it? Still wondering why the sheriff goes to the police. Should be the police. I'm in a different county, only 3 miles out of town, and police will not come to my house. I get the sheriff. Well, I don't know. I don't know, Terrium. Why is it that the sheriff's department shows up out there? Because, well, she's got it in with the sheriff's department. Why would it be that she's got to deal with it? Well, I don't know. Why don't you just go and ask the sheriff's department? I don't know. The defendant listed in the lawsuit have no right to say any of the listed defamatory comments cited in this lawsuit. None of the defendants have seen the plaintiff in years to make any statement about her current mental health status. None of the defendants had any contact with her around this time. They made claims of my mental health status in these false statements. None of the defendants are treating qualified physician to determine if plaintiff lost her mind, if she's manic, if she's refusing necessary treatment, among various other false and discriminatory statements directed at plaintiff's ADA protected disability. ADA, what? Huh? So wait, she's got an ADA protected disability that she keeps bragging about, that she's what I can't remember all of what she was saying. Was it bipolar? So, I mean, all of these kinds of things that she's openly admitted. Nobody's requested anything because she's saying that she's doing these things. And so would it be correct for them to assume, yeah, I may not be a doctor, but these are words coming out of her own mouth, that she's saying that she's manic, that she's got issues, that she's telling people this, but then all of a sudden you're not allowed to bring that up? Weird to me. Plaintiff is refusing to take her medication, detriment to her children because of her mental health, or refusal to treat. Are those actual statements that they made or statements that she said they made? Well, these are things they might have said to her. Chara always pursues the truth wherever it leads. That's right. That's right. She has been doing that for quite some time. She was following what was going on with Otter Creek. She was brought into that with Jamie Starr Johnson. I guess people forget that with all of what has transpired over the past few years, that this kind of stuff is happening. And you're saying that Lips has a behavioral disorder. The woman is mentally sick. See, I don't know. I'm no doctor. I'm just going by what she said from her own words that have come out of her exact mouth. It's not, is she telling the truth? Is she saying that she's got issues? I don't know. Maybe she does. Any visual depictions receiving portraying plaintiff in a false light was not directly given to the defendants by the plaintiff, nor the defense have permission to contain falsely portrayed images of plaintiff with accusations claiming plaintiff works in the prawn industry. Nor is this a true statement. Some of the defendants have used these images to make threats to disseminate or distribute these images without plaintiff's permission. So the images are there, but she's upset because they found them and they're telling people, hey, I'm concerned. I've got concerns. That's always what it seems to be. Whenever you call them out on their bullshit, they want to hide the evidence of people saying, this is what makes me think there might be an issue. But all of a sudden, that's bad. Now, she's saying that the plaintiff never had a criminal background, issues with alcohol or the drugs, or been arrested for any reason, never had a DUI. But yet, whenever you hear her on a stream, she's completely blasted. Plaintiff is ADA protected disability is public record. Oh, wait. So you're saying that it's public record, your ADA disability, ADA protected disability? All of a sudden it's public record? Has been used once as a mitigating factor in 2020 after the plaintiff called a judge unethical for making false statements in an order, which he later acknowledged he made a mistake and vacated his order containing false statements. Well, that would be untrue. No, it was her that made the false statements about the judge actually accusing another attorney and going after that other attorney. And the judge said, no, I wrote the order. Plaintiff chose to retire her Florida license to stay at home with her 3 young children. Oh, so the story has changed here. Isn't it true that a permanently retired attorney is barred from practicing law in the state of Florida? Again, in the state of Florida, permanently retired attorney is no longer eligible to practice law in the state of Florida. Again, we've heard her statement. That's true, Mr. Shockett. But this is the reason why. It was because of all these constant attacks. But that's not what she says in this document. In this document, she's saying that she chose to retire her Florida license, stay home with her 3 young children because it was too hard to work the hours she was working in, the formal law she was working in while raising 3 young children. So was it that, or was it because the Florida bar had something to say about her behavior? See, the story changes to fit whatever narrative she's trying to put out there. Her narrative in this one is that she's all about taking care of her family and taking care of her kids, and that's what it's all about. It could be true, but what about the rest of the story? Is she telling you that? Is she giving you what the rest of the story is? Because she's telling different people different things. Which one is it? Were you lying then? You lying now? I don't know. Plaintiff requested for approval for retirement status not to hold her liable under the standard as a lawyer. Being a retired attorney is not a disciplinary status. Retiring one's license requires approval. And if there was serious disciplinary issues against a lawyer, it would not have been approved. Thus, this false statement that plaintiff is a disbarred lawyer. Wait, haven't we heard this before? Haven't we heard this claim before by her? Wasn't she reaching out and saying that Jeremy made these statements? Wasn't she saying that Tug made these statements? Wasn't she saying that I said these statements? And all of these statements she's saying right here, it sounds really familiar. Megan Fox said this? No, Megan Fox never said this. But this is things that she keeps putting out there saying, hey, this person said this thing about me, which they never did. What is it that people have said about this? She retired her license in lieu of disciplinary proceedings. She was involved in being sanctioned, heavily sanctioned for her behavior. Instead, she just retired her license permanently, which means you can't practice in the state of Florida again. As many times as she's told people, yeah, I could totally come back. Like I'm working on that. I mean, you might be able to in another state, but state of Florida is like, no, I don't think so. She agreed during her hearing. Made by defendant falsely reported to DCF, which clearly false, intentional. This could easily be found in Google search of her name on the Florida bar member search. Google. You mean Google, the same Google that you use to attack other people? Like, Google searches are very, very weak evidence because there's possibilities, but people never said anything. As you'll see from the two L's. Yeah, her Google search really sucks pretty bad because she'll throw things out there as like, this is totally the law. Like, I Googled it. Anybody can Google this stuff out here. But did you actually Google the statute that you're citing? None of the defense live inside the plaintiff home to see her parent my children. And if plaintiff's children were being abused, it would be evidence to staff members at their school, their teachers, their extracurricular activities. DCF investigators who individually interviewed each of the plaintiff's children after the false report was made. Furthermore, it's highly discriminatory to assume plaintiff's children are being abused because a past diagnosis plaintiff received over 20 years ago. Each of the plaintiff's children excel in school, have never had behavioral issues to warrant any concerns that are highly evident in children. Could be true. Now, plaintiff and her husband decided as a married couple to partake in marital therapy over the past couple of years. Wait. You're talking about the therapy where you filed suit against your husband and then dropped it multiple times. Oh, because, we worked it out. We worked it out in therapy. So he's not doing all of these horrible things that you're saying. I'm very confused about this. Whenever I see these kinds of reports come in, you're looking at these court documents and they say, she says things like, my husband's totally abusing me. He's totally doing all these bad things. And then you drop it. Was he doing all of these horrible bad things, or were you just trying to get it on the record? Was it that you were planning on, planning on not following through with this? Because it seems really strange that one day you're saying he's doing these horrible, horrible things that would, under any normal circumstances be considered abuse. And then the next day you drop it, say, well, it wasn't that bad. It didn't rise to the level of me filing this suit. Which is it? Did he do these horrible things where you file a suit, or was he being calm, cool, collected? Was he misbehaving? Was he being bad, or was he not? Because it's very confusing. It sends some really mixed signals there. Is it because you got mental issues? I don't know. It could be any number of reasons. All I know is it seems very, very strange that there's all kinds of red flags that you're throwing out there that he's done these bad, horrible things. So why exactly did those people show up? Plaintiff or her husband decided to, as a married couple, to go in this. During her therapy, they both discovered the toxic dynamics that the defendants played in their marriage. Oh, so it was everybody else's fault, not their individual relationship. It was recommended. So you're saying that it's these people's fault that you and your husband argue and that he's abusive to you. It's all of these people's fault. Or he was never abusive to you, but the reason once you filed that was to what? Threaten, intimidate, scare? Plaintiff's husband learned to put up boundaries with those who were not respecting their marriage, misspelled, of course, rather than plaintiff's husband relying on plaintiff to solely defend against the defendant's disrespect to their marriage. Unfortunately, simple boundary setting and ceasing contact with various defendants was turned around on plaintiff, while the defense made implication that plaintiff was somehow a threat to her husband's safety, which is evidence in written communication, claiming to be worried about the husband with knowledge that plaintiff's husband had just asked defendants not to contact him and their children. One of the defendants show up uninvited to their home after plaintiff and her husband took measures to inform him they no longer wanted him to contact them. He stated his reason for trespassing on the property was to make sure plaintiff's husband was not dead. When the defendant refused to leave, plaintiff had to call the police to trespass him, amongst other highly defamatory comments. Various defendants claiming to delete children. Plaintiff was planning to delete, then proceed with threatening to call law enforcement. So these are the accusations that she's saying these people were making. Would they be concerned if there were family members and something seemed a little strange? and they say, hey, I see something here that's not quite right. Why would my brother that I've known my entire life all of a sudden be saying not to contact me? But he's not doing it the normal. It's not like he's calling me up and contacting me. I get this weird email that's not written, looks like him at whatsoever. Wouldn't it be normal to say, hey, I don't think my brother wrote this. I might be a little bit concerned. I mean, I don't know the situation surrounding this. I'm only going by what the court documents are showing. Could it be that something seems a little bit off? Somewhere down the road, something seems completely off, not understanding what's going on and saying something doesn't seem right here. Ah, things like this. Hey, Danny, this is Lips's mom. My daughter has lost her mind and needs treatment. Your brother has done nothing. She is currently making prawn online that anyone can see. I cannot believe that Lips's husband is allowing this. I've tried to get her treatment, but he stops any attempt. She has lost her mind. I will call DCF for the children unless he does something. Lips's husband is allowing this. The poor children. Does that rise to the level of defamation, or is that a parent that's concerned about their own daughter and their grandchildren's safety? Really strange. Hey, Roz, how you doing? Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. That's what it looks like to me. It looks to me like there's issues that are going here. Ongoing issues that people are a little bit concerned with. Because 6 months later, approximately October 24th, 2023, Kayla took measures to file a false police report against the plaintiff with a DCF, which was closed immediately upon finding no merit to the reported false allegations. False statements included but not limited to disbarred, mentally ill, refusing to take her medication, abuses her minor children, is an alcoholic, abuses prescription medications, things that she said that she was working on not too long ago, right? Was on the 2L's channel saying, I'm totally like working on, I'm going all natural. Like I've stopped drinking, I've stopped doing this, I've stopped doing that. Didn't she lose custody of her child? Yeah, that's correct. I'm sorry. What? Sorry. What? Yeah. Yeah. After the plaintiff took measures to protect her family, block contact with the defendants, Kayla, Danny, Nicholas, they continued to engage in a series of written harassment directed at the plaintiff for the purpose of causing her harm, humiliation, discrimination, in addition to threatening to file false reports against the plaintiff, claiming plaintiff was planning to delete, which resulted in New York court granting an order of protection to protect the plaintiff and her minor children. Where? Like you would think that evidence would be filed in with all of these documents, but guess what? It never was. There was never anything there. I would think that would be there. Absolutely, French Slacko. Completely remember not to contact anyone mentioned in the stream. Also, be sure not to contact the courts in these cases either. Don't be dumb and don't get involved. On November 8th, Alina, Danny, falsely stated the plaintiff's husband. The plaintiff has filed this false report against herself as part of divorce tactic to divorce the plaintiff's husband. Oh, you're saying that you didn't file those? I don't know. Well, Nicholas emails the plaintiff, her husband, accusing of her plotting to lead defendant Aline Federios and threatening to file a report with law enforcement on November 25th. So from the 19th to 25th, they call defendant Paul Russo, where he makes statements about the plaintiff, proceeds to state he is worried about the plaintiff's husband's safety, intentionally to place doubt in the plaintiff's stability while being fully aware that their husband chose to cease contact with defendant. Danny, after filing of the false DCF report on October 24th. However, it seems like they've got some family dynamics that people are getting a little bit in trouble. On December 2nd, 2023, after the defendant continued to request defendants Kayla, Danny, Nicholas not to contact her, well, mom reaches out and contacts her. They flew into Florida from New York and showed up at their marital home unannounced after the plaintiff and her husband had notified him various times to cease contact with the plaintiff. So it seems more like she's the one saying, don't reach out to us anymore and contact us. And they're like, this is not normal. This is a little weird. Needed to make sure that his brother had not been deleted by the plaintiff. For this reason is why he showed up at the marital home uninvited. I would be concerned also. If I knew that there was some marital issues going on between my sister and her husband, I might be a little concerned. I think I'd want to go check on her and say, hey, it's really weird that you're not reaching out. You're not contacting me whenever everything seemed to be going smooth. We realized that there's some issues with this person, and I want to reach out, contact. All these statements that she's made, all this behavior that we've seen over the past, I don't know how many years we've been looking at her jumping in on this. It's been going on a year and a half. Actually, a year since she dropped the case against me. So better part of a year and a half. Whenever she jumped in on this by creating the Hodunk Hillbillies. We didn't know who it was at the time. None of us knew who this was. We just figured it was one of the anti-Hales that had created these videos. It turns out it wasn't. It was somebody that nobody had ever heard of. But for some reason, you had Volmet paint chips that were already starting to show up. This was a good friend of theirs. So did she reach out to them? Did Double Deuce reach out to her and say, hey, you can cover this right here. We need somebody that, can go head to head against these people. What was it? How did these people get involved? Why would they get involved? Because they weren't reporting on it. They were just making comments, disparaging comments, attacking people left and right, adding them into creating lawsuits just to add them in, filing with various courts, documents, so showing proof of all these horrible things that people are doing. Yeah. In multiple cases. Wasn't just one. All to intimidate, harass, disparage, make people believe that something was happening that wasn't actually happening. Well, you think that people are just going to back off now? See, they never they're used to dealing with people that just don't want to deal with the crazy. I love the crazy over here. The crazy makes it fun for us. So the crazier they act, the more fun that we have. It's like a little toy that you get to bat around. You're just like, be more crazy. Please. All the machados, the lolcows, the goofballs, the idiots, the drug addicts. I love you. I love you. Keep being you. Keep doing stupid things. We'll keep talking about it. Yes, we make things called content here. I mean, it's not really hard work whenever you keep, throwing yourself in front of a bus. We will constantly mock the stupidity of it all. We'll always question the craziness of it all. Yes, I do run this YouTube channel for content. That's like good business, right? And if you don't like it, well, that's just tough titty. So what will you do? You'll try to strike my channel again. because that's the behavior that you do, because you hate it whenever people pull out the truth and actually want to show what exactly is going on in this stuff that makes we want to show people exactly what we see, the crazy that we see on a daily basis. And that's why you guys tune in. If you didn't like seeing this stuff, you usually, "Well, I have no interest in the crazy." But as you can see, Alan, he enjoys it. He comes in 10 jewels, a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Alan. I have my faves. Hey, faves. 2 jewels with a silver star, making it feel really good. 10 jewels with a floating heart. Thank you, photo lady. I appreciate you. You have no idea. It means so much to me whenever these things come in, like quite a bit. You have no idea how cool it is to have you guys do this for, keeping me entertained, because it definitely does. Definitely keeps me entertained. And thank you so much for the snow, SF, aka SF. Thank you. No, thank you for the super chat yesterday. It was well, nice, very nice. And then we also got 2 jewels, silver star from Ralph. Good to see you, Ralph. Thank you for being here today, and appreciate you coming in. And then also, Sir Otter, Frank, thank you. It's always fishy in Florida, but getting ready for work. Here's to 2 years, my dude. Cool dude. No, here's to you, brother.
Welcome to the Schitt Show.
Yes.
Every single
day.
A new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, polyglot, polish, and fuckery. Yeah, we'll have it all over again.
Thank you so much. And also Lindy Lou with the 30 jewels, giving the flower. Thank you so much. Thank you, Quill Worker. Cops working hard to get out of doing his job. Or he doesn't feel that it's important as anybody else does, because some people think things are more important. And then we also have 10 jewels, a gold coin from Faves. Thank you so much. And we have 5 jewels come rolling in. Aw, thank you very much, Faves. And also, Faves is giving me the reminder that Magic Angel's birthday is today. I don't think I haven't seen it. I'm going to keep my promises here as much as I possibly can and try to keep you guys with the nice happy birthday. Magic Angel, thank you very much for being here, and happy birthday to
you. Joyful time, it's your special day. Gather round, we're here to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the shining star. Let's celebrate you no matter where we are. Tequila and margarita, party through the night. Making candles, the mood is just right. As the candles flicker, make a loving toast to the one we adore the most.
Oh, yes, a happy birthday to you, Magic Angel. And no, just think, if today doesn't turn out, your birthday ends up being like, man, it just wasn't a good birthday. Guess what? You always have tomorrow. You can celebrate it all over again. You can do that at our age. You're able to do your celebration of your birthday as many times as you want to and be absolutely happy with that. So we appreciate a good birthday. So don't have a bad birthday, have a good birthday, and we appreciate you being here, Magic Angel. It's a nice thing to see all of you fine people coming in, hanging out, celebrating, watching this crazy shit show wherever it may go, because most of the time it's going to go crazy. It's nuts out there. Lots of nuts, in case you haven't seen the craziness that's been going on. The fleas are losing their mind, and of course, they're going to ping pong and bounce from thing to thing and accuse everybody of being absolutely horrible, while doing horrible things to other people. Weird how that works out, where you're sitting there going, why is everybody being so mean to one another? Well, it's not because we want people to be mean. No, we prefer that people behave themselves. Some reason, some people just are not able to. They get all worked up, so angry and so frustrated, and so my bad neighbors and blah, 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 blah. You know what? It's really amazing to me. They had no stream that they could possibly do last night except for attack people. It was people that were calling out their bullshit saying, hey, I'm not getting my product. But the fleas were very upset, so much so that they gave a lot away. Yeah, they gave quite a lot away about their behavior, about where their rate rocks are coming from, the stuff that they claim is not trash rocks. Oh no, they're like high quality. I would like somebody to show proof of that. Well, guess what? Doug is showing proof. Okay, showing proof. Do you think those couple of little things that were no bigger than the size of my finger were worth $50? I don't know. Maybe go watch Tug's stream from last night and go determine for yourself. But they will eat themselves alive. I mean, because they're very hungry, and they're only getting hungrier because Jeremy doesn't give them anything. They weren't expecting anybody to find out about the stuff that was going on with Gaby Boo. Were they? They weren't expecting that we would find that. They were hoping that nobody found it, but then whenever we find it, they go, "Oh, we totally knew this was gonna happen." No, you didn't. If you knew it was gonna happen, you probably would have talked about it sooner. No, because they want to call it harassment. Finding publicly available court documents, they want to call it harassment. Because you're pointing out their lies, that's harassment. But they're the only truth tellers there, but yet they don't tell the truth about anything. So how are they truth tellers? Well, I don't know, but I do know that I'm going to send you guys over to Mo. You guys have a wonderful one. I will see you tonight at 7 p.m. Have a beautiful day and be nice to each other. Peace.
I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Ooh, baby. Morning's here again. So let's do this, sugar. And no cream. Wake up slow, take that first sip. Shizzy's got 'em slipping, losing their grip. His moves so smooth to start your day. What you gonna do? Oh, you know the way. You know Papa don't flinch, don't blink. Ooh, baby, he's sharper than you think. Morning Whiz, take it in. Shizzy's got a whole new spin. Fools keep falling, truth's on fire. Papa Nut just lit the pyre. Oh no, they tried to come for him. Look at those fools looking so dim. They poke, they scratch, they beg, they plead. But I'm right here, waiting for my daddy to lead. Pour it black, shake off the night. Shizzy's teasing, get me going just right. Morning Whiz, start the show. Sip it slow, let it flow. Fools are crying, game's been set. Ooh, baby, some morning sugar. Coffee's hot and burning. And Shizzy Daddy, oh, he's just getting started. Come on, Daddy, get me some of that something.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Oh, and big shout out to